Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the Yungblud in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for June 20th, 2025. This is going to be a very interesting new arrival video for me. One, because I'm filming this about 5 hours later than I normally would, because I have been working my tail off all week long. I actually haven't even seen any of these records. I haven't been in the store until just about now. I bought a ginormous, just ridiculous sum of records. Unfortunately, they were located on the third story of a elevator-less apartment complex. And 6 truckloads later, and the whole first half of the week, I'm finally done. But I'm done just in the nick of time to be able to actually go through this week's new arrival video with you guys. Short of these first 2 records, I don't know anything else that's in here. So I'm going to wing it. You're going to have to bear with me. For pre-orders, though, a few of these pre-orders were announced last week, and some of them are fantastic. Michael Jackson's Dangerous is coming out by Mobile Fidelity, and what's great about it, it's just coming out as a standard 33 RPM. Double disc, because, you know, it's a CD-era vinyl record. So it's a double disc, LP, but standard vinyl, and there is no good pressings of that really on vinyl. I mean, I've never heard anything that sounds decent. It's typically mediocre 90s vinyl if you find it. The modern pressing of it is a picture disc. So I've got a lot of high hopes for that. It's to be announced, but probably within the next 3 months. That's kind of Mobile Fidelity's MO now, to where they're doing stuff and announcing stuff really no later than 3 months from when they plan on having it out. LP and SACD. They're really knocking it out of the park. I mean, prime example, the Stone Temple Pilots here, but they're knocking it out of the park on just not your typical releases, not the typical audiophile stuff. You know, they're doing a lot more modern stuff, which is something people have been complaining about for years, and now it's finally getting done. So it's kind of cool to see that. I'm digging it, and I'm enjoying these audiophile out there records that I just had no anticipation of them doing. You know what I mean? The next 2 Blue Note tone poets have been announced. Jackie McLean's Jackknife, coming out August 1st, and the Horace Silver Quintet, the Tokyo Blues, coming out August 1st. Let's see, a couple of Bluesville Acoustic Sound Series titles. Memphis Slim at the Gate of Horn, August 1st as well. And Furry Lewis, Back on My Feet Again, coming out August 1st. The new 21 Pilots Breach, coming out September 5th. That is coming out like 4 different picture discs, multi-different color vinyl. I feel like there's like 10 variants of that thing on the website now. So an immense amount of options with the new 21 Pilots record coming out September 5th. G-Dragon, Ubermensch, August 5th. Have no idea what that is. Ooh, new Elvis record was announced. Elvis Presley's Sunset Boulevard, coming out August 1st. Heard about that at the tail end of last week. Let's see. Richard Howley, Cole's Corner, the 20th anniversary edition, coming out August 8th. The Electrolyte Orchestra, Out of the Blue. This is a red and yellow colored vinyl, coming out August 15th. It's a good tune. I don't know if anybody was clamoring for this next one. That is the David Bowie and Mick Jagger Dancing in the Streets 12-inch. Yeah. And they're doing Black Sabbath's The Eternal Idol on July 25th. Toy Story, Songs to Infinity and Beyond. That is a Zoetrope. That's going to be popular. I probably will sell virtually none of them on the website, but man, I sell an absolute ton of Disney stuff. You know, you get families that come in. Dad's buying a big stack of records. The kids are here, you know, they got to get them something. It's always a soundtrack section, and it's a ton of Disney stuff. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the original motion picture soundtrack, October 24th. They are doing the Elton John Live from the Rainbow Theater with Ray Cooper that came out on Record Store Day. They're doing that as a standard release. That was a Record Store Day first, so it's something we knew was going to be released. But yeah, July 25th. And Thomas Stronin Relations on ECM. I think that's an ECM Illuminescence series, the all-analog audiophile label out by, that ECM is currently doing. Coming out August 1st. I also have a Whatnot coming up this Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. The Thursday and Friday are my typical 1-hour stream to where I'll be just auctioning off odds and ends for about an hour. I've done everything from 8-tracks, reel-to-reels, cassettes, 4-track, months 4 tracks, Laserdiscs, CDs, posters, autographed Alice Cooper stuff. I had an autographed Brian Wilson poster last week. Vinyl, 45s, You name it. It's just kind of a random hodgepodge of stuff. It lasts about an hour. I've got it 5 o'clock Arizona time later today, 5 o'clock Friday as well. And then I'm doing another auction from my house, just culling stuff from my personal collection on Sunday. If you've never bought on Whatnot from me before, it's cool. If you click the link below, you will get $15 off of your first purchase. If you use that link, it's a lot of fun. It's an auction platform. I've been mentioning it to you guys forever. I love doing it's a true auctioneer platform. Unlike eBay, which is timed auction, if it ends at 12:01, it ends at 12:01. It doesn't matter if you didn't get your bid in the last sec. If a guy bid the 1 second and you bid it 2 seconds till the end, you're SOL. You're not getting an actual chance to bid again. But this is a true auction, and I really enjoy doing them. Prices are all over the place. In my opinion, some stuff goes high, some stuff goes really low. You just really never know. It's an auction, but for me, it works out. But I do a lot of great auctions. Like I've got a first pressing auction coming up later. I have it right now scheduled for the 1st of October, I think, but that's not when it's going to be. This is going to be in the first pressing auction. There is going to be a lot of gas in that first beautiful strikeout matrix. Great record. That's going to be in the first pressing auction. As well as like Robert Ludwig, copies of stuff, really clean stuff and shrink. Click the link below. That's not getting fired till probably about a month from now, but it'll be 200 items. Once I get 200 items filled up, that's when I kind of set the firm date of when I'm going to do it. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying doing them lately, and I've been doing more and more and more of them. Okay, let's look at these mystery Record Store Day releases this week. Okay, we've got the autographed version of Yungblud Idols. That's cool. I mean, I don't know who it is, but he's on Capitol, so that's generally a good sign. I know. I don't do CDs, but I do autographed exclusives. I think they're really cool that the artists are willing to do it. I wish they did it on vinyl, although that, I'm pretty sure, because I'm the one who ordered it, there is a vinyl record of it here somewhere. I prefer when they do it on vinyl, but if they do it on CD, it's better than nothing. Unfortunately, most of the autographed exclusives are for artists I personally don't care about, but if I did, I'd be super thrilled to be able to get, a Yungblud autograph for $13.99. Got a restock of Mobile Fidelity's Breakfast in America by Supertramp. That's a restock. Okay, new for this week. This is a record that sticks in my head, and I know I'm getting long-winded here with this new Arrival video. There's a lot of... someone's in trouble. I'm getting a lot of, long-winded on this one. Keep in mind it is the middle of the night, and I'm surprised I'm even talking as much as I am. This record is so special to me. I have the fondest memories growing up with my dad. He got a brand new surround sound, 5.1, not Dolby Digital Surround, but ProLogic. It was the early precursor to Dolby Digital Surround Sound, which took over, the 90s and the early 2000s home theater. But he had an early ProLogic system, and I'll never forget when this record came out, this tune, Hadaway's What Is Love, it sounded so good. He had it was all Serwin Vegas, an Advent Center channel, and I want to say it was a Pioneer receiver, ProLogic receiver, and it sounded, to my 11-year-old self, 10-year-old self, it sounded absolutely fantastic. And every time, I think we were listening to even the radio, but every time this came on, it was just, to this day, remember my father having just the most fondest smile on his face, like he was so proud of this system. I wish you could see what I had, but, it is what it is. But he had the look on his face, like he had made it. And then looking back on it, we lived in a dump apartment. He drove a 77 Buick Sabre that cost $500. But man, he was proud of his stereo. And I'll never forget just blasting as loud as he could possibly get it, Hadaway's What Is Love. It was a blast. So seeing this as a 10-inch warmed my heart a little bit. Okay, Stone Temple Pilots from Mobile Fidelity, Tiny Music. Haven't had a chance to listen to it because I haven't even seen it until just now. Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop. This is being added to my top 100 in-print analog records you should own list. Why the hell this thing is not even is available now and they weren't able to sell them off when this was a craft exclusive. I don't know. This thing is freaking awesome. And I very seldomly, and for a reason, am very cautious of when I put expensive one-step editions on my top 100 imprint analog record list. But this is ever so deserving of it. This record absolutely smokes. Isaac Hayes, Hot Butter Soul, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Bernie Grundman. By far and away the best I've ever heard this record. But one of the things that's unique about this is all the one-steps that Kraft has done so far. There's like other versions by Kevin Gray that are just as good, that are better. There's no real reason to drop a $100 on one of these things. But this is mind-boggling good. You'll love this thing. I can't stress more highly that Isaac Hayes is a winner. It's the first record I put on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list in a while. But it is really good. Hey, it's the autographed version of Yungblud's Idols. Different cover than the standard version, which actually is, yeah. This is a collectible photo litho version. Another title that was not too long ago a record store day release. This is now available on yellow vinyl. This is The Life Aquatic, original motion picture soundtrack. The Small Faces, the hit singles collection. Yep, great band. A record that probably not one person that's watching this video right now, and that's a lot of people, own, because it's like a $10,000 record. I don't have one myself. It is absolutely insanely expensive and rare. Probably the most expensive rock record you can get on vinyl. Billy Nichols, Would You Believe? Legend has it, 100 of them were manufactured and they were never sold. They were just given out as promos. But yeah, this is an official release by Charlie. Three Doors Down. Oh, that's kind of cool. They did a foil cover, The Better Life. This is the one with Kryptonite on it. Big hit. A lot of fond memories of this too, but I won't bore you with those memories. Some of them are not appropriate for YouTube, but good times with that record too. Pierce the Veil, The Jaws of Life, the expanded edition. Really cool foil embossed version there. That's the thing about records. You will never in your entire life have a fond memory of playing a frickin' iTunes file. You just aren't going to do it. You're not going to be like, oh, back in my day, I remember listening to that iTunes mix back. No. But, you know, the hi-fi, proper hi-fi, listening to a record, you get memories. Holding them, touching them. I mean, maybe people have. I'm assuming you don't get those memories with iTunes files. Not for me, anyways. Motorhead's self-titled Ace 50th Anniversary Edition. Christopher Cross. Man, this was a title that just went like gangbusters on Record Store Day. This is the 45th Anniversary Edition. Damn, this record's old now. Of the 5-time Platinum Grammy Award-winning Album of the Year. Yacht rock at its finest. Actually, I added that in. But contains 11 rare and previously unissued tracks, plus the hits. Go sailing, folks, with Christopher Cross on Omnivore Records. Haim. This is the indie retail exclusive light blue vinyl variant. And then we have the standard black pressing. I'm assuming this is black. Doesn't say otherwise. Haim, I Quit. Is that the name of it? Yeah. I Quit. Deep Purple. This is the greatest hits from Music on Vinyl. This is a, damn, this is 3-4 discs? This is a 4-disc greatest hits from Music on Vinyl. 4-album set. The Gorillaz. Tomorrow Comes Today. Limited edition white and blue color in color vinyl. 12-inch single. From Blue Note, the classic series. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Smoker. We've got Babyface Wylett. Stop and Listen with the fabulous Grant Green on guitar. The Babyface Wylett Face to Face was a big seller as a Blue Note tone poet. That's a fantastic record as well. I'm preaching to the choir hope at this point. If you're a jazz fan, is there any of you guys watching who aren't like, what are these Blue Note classics? I mean, at this point, if you're watching my channel, you should know that these are all awesome. Freddie Roach, Down to Earth, a Blue Note title that you do not see very often in the wild. Great opportunity to pick it up as an audiophile. Budget record, really. Okay, Joshua Redman, Worlds Fall Short on Blue Note. 2025. Got to give that a listen. I like the Blue Note. You know, I like some of the Blue Note stuff is more hip hop focused, you know, but on the Blue Note label, the hip hop jazz, I'm not a huge fan of that, but the more traditional stuff I dig. Fleet Foxes, Shore. Let's see, Eels, Souljacker. 1 LP red vinyl. That's what the hype sticker says. That seems like a weird thing for it. I feel like they could have did a better job on that hype sticker. I mean, hype it up a little more. 1 LP red vinyl. Let's see, this is a neon yellow vinyl version of Rob Zombie's The Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. I feel like there's 42 different, this is turning into the new Paul McCartney 3. I feel like we're getting a lot of variants of that particular record. From Music on Vinyl, we've got King X Dogman. 2 LP set. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Ian Hunter. 50th Anniversary Edition, limited to 750 numbered copies on red vinyl. Self-titled album. It says numbered, but I don't actually see the number. Oh, it's on the sticker. This is 555 of 750. That's it, 555, 5555. Okay, The Best of Manowar. The Hell of Steel, limited edition of 2,000 individually numbered copies on silver-colored vinyl. This actually is a pretty good comp if you're into this kind of era of music. This is Various Artists compilation Y2K25, the music that made the millennium. And there's a lot of tunes on here that maybe you wouldn't necessarily want the entire record of. Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again. Christina Aguilera's Genie in a Bottle. Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way. You know, kind of going down the list from, 99 to 2000. Government Mule. Revolution Come. Revolution Go. On Fantasy, 2 LP set. The All-American Rejects 20th Anniversary Limited Edition, self-titled album. This is includes a bonus 7-inch featuring 2 rare tracks. Benson Boone, American Heart, red, white, and blue marbled vinyl. Ray LaMontagne, the indie retail exclusive, gatefold LP, poster insert with frosted orange vinyl. 20th Anniversary Remaster, kind of a nice spot glossed, embossed cover. Peso Pluma, Éxito, indie vinyl version on hardwood colored vinyl. Ooh, this is a great record. OMD Orchestral Maneuvers, In the Dark, Junk Culture, remastered from the original half-inch analog master tapes and cut at half speed at Abbey Road Studios. What do we got here? Gina X's Greatest Fits, not hits, fits. Greatest Fits. 2 LP set. Toya, Desire. The Director's Cut Limited Edition Picture Disc. The album as envisioned by the artist, resequenced to include B-sides and outtakes. And we've got Toya Minx Picture Disc. Strictly limited according to the hype sticker, for whatever that's worth. Wheeler Walker Jr. This is redneck shit. Ooh. That's the title track. I can't really read any of the other tracks here on YouTube for fear of reprisal. But there you go. Look it up. I've heard many times you need to put put one of those records on. I still have not given it a chance. I'm hoping to do it here as soon as I can remember to. Ooh, great record. Marcos Valley, Gara on Vampisol. This is a Brazilian, part of the Vampisol Brazilian Classic series. I've never seen this series before. But Marcos Valley, a lot of great albums. This is no exception. If you're into Brazilian, check that out. Ooh, more Vampisol. Self-titled Marcos Valley. Yeah, great having those in print. Fantastic. Luis Miguel, Romances. On Warner Latin, I think that's the sub-label. Chet Baker, Win Sunny, Get Blue. On Staple Chase. Did I mention it's late? Normally, right now I'm filming this video, but normally I would be winding down and going to bed. Michael Petrushka, Steve Gadd, never pronounce his name. Michael Petrushkiani. 2 LP, 180 gram vinyl, HD mastering for the first time on vinyl. What's cool about this is done by Project. You know, the Project, the turntable company? They're on the hype sticker here. Live recorded at Blue Note Tokyo in November 1997. Trio in Tokyo. I wonder what Project's affiliation with this is. They're on the hype sticker, but I don't see them on the back. From Music on Vinyl, Dom Salvador, the self-titled album, limited edition on silver-colored vinyl. A lot of music on vinyl this week. Dom Salvador, limited edition on translucent colored vinyl. Uma Vida. Featuring Uma Vida. What the hell is the name of this? Sam Sengwe I Raka. Man, I'm not familiar with this record, but it looks absolutely smoking. Look at that back cover. That looks like it needs a listen. One Step Pressing. From the Chesky Original Master Series, first time on vinyl, we've got Laurie Coriel. 3 guitarists, John Abercrombie and Badi Assad. This is a one-step pressing on 180 gram vinyl for $35.99. $36 one-step from Chesky. Brandy Younger, Gadabout Session. This is on Impulse. At first, I would look at this and be like, yeah, this doesn't look that interesting. But that harp on the back and the fact that it's on Impulse, I got to listen to that too now. Lucas Nelson, American Romance. Poor Lucas. What's going on there? Is his girlfriend making out with the guy at the gas pump? Dierks Bentley, Broken Branches. This is the Milky Clear Vinyl Indie exclusive on Capitol. Fit for an Autopsy, Sea of Tragic Beasts. On Nuclear Blast, this is a splatter wax variant. Fit for an Autopsy, Oh What the Future Holds, brown and green splatter variant. Wasteland. Brent Ferries, Wasteland. This is the indie vinyl exclusive. Too Short, Can't Stay Away. Let's see. Limited edition colored vinyl variant by Get On Down. God, there's a lot of records this week. The Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim Atmospheres. That makes sense. You know, it's a real late night. Of course there's going to be twice as many new arrivals as normal. Odysseia, the original soundtrack. 13 original songs on Violet Vinyl, streaming now on Hulu. I am so hopped up on freaking antihistamine. We're talking years worth of dust just billowing off the shelves as I was pulling those records out of there. It was brutal. Songs from Disney's Snow White on Apple Red Vinyl. See what they did there? Apple Red Vinyl? The original motion picture soundtrack. This is to the new live action Snow White, which I'm a huge Disney fan, but I refuse to watch any more of these frickin'. I feel like they ruined all of them so far. But, you know, they're tampering with memories from my childhood, and I don't appreciate it. So I don't watch them anymore. But I guess people like them. Not me. The Lost Tapes. Beethoven Sonata number 18, 27, 28, and 31. Is this a... I'm just trying to see if this is a Deutsche Grammophon Luminescence series title, but it doesn't appear to be. Looks like just a newer release maybe by Deutsche Grammophon. Ooh, I think we are now getting into some restocks. I can kind of see a few of them here. There's some bangers on the end, some stuff we haven't had in a while. Blue Note Tone Poet, Hank Mobley's A Caddy for Daddy. Gil Evans, New Bottle, Old Wine. Blue Note Tone Poet, technically a Pacific Jazz title. World Pacific, I mean. Fantastic record. What's the Story of Morning Glory, Oasis. Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. From my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list, Paul Simon's Graceland. Fantastic sounding demo quality record. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall picture disc. Yes, the Yes Singles, a Rocktober variant on Splatter Wax. The Red Hot Chili Peppers Greatest Hits. Record that I can't seem to keep in stock. Audio Slaves, the classic debut album on 2 LPs. We've got Led Zeppelin 4. This is the deluxe edition with the second disc, companion disc, bonus tracks. Journey's Greatest Hits. The Rhino Doors Alive She Cried on, what's this? Emerald Green vinyl. Donald Fagen's The Nightfly. Self-titled Boston. The Sony Legacy pressing. The picture disc of David Bowie's Hunky Dory. David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and the Spider from Mars. We've got the Rhino Hi-Fi pressing of the Ramones' Road to Ruin. This is the limited edition variant that typically is an exclusive to their website, limited to 5,000 copies, but I have them here. This thing has been absolutely flying off the shelf since she signed and got her masters back. And at first I couldn't kind of figure out why, but then my rep emailed me and said, well, you know, because he's a big Taylor Swift fan. He's like, you know, a lot of Taylor Swift fans weren't going to buy it because she didn't own the masters. So they were waiting for Taylor's version of it. But now they feel like they should buy it. I'm like, okay, it sounds legitimate to me. So there it is, Taylor Swift. Reputation. Although I heard the Taylor's version of it will still be coming out. She's going to complete the series. This is a banger. The all-analog cut by Kevin Gray on his tube system, War's Greatest Hits. The only non-coherent title that will be cut on part of that system. Earth, Wind, and Fire's The Ultimate Collection, kind of a greatest hits comp. Greatest hits of Sade, always sells really well. Actually, all Sade records sell really well. Dave Brubeck's Time Out. Had fun listening to that the other day with my kid. You know, he doesn't like jazz, but I kind of gave him a little task and said, hey, why don't you give me the time signatures of all of these songs? Kind of gave him a good stumping. Although he got most of them, if not all of them, right. Miles Davis, Kinda Blue. Another Blue Note Classic Series title, McCoy Tyner's Tender Moments. From Mobile Fidelity, I think the last few are Mobile Fidelity, we've got the Cars version from Mobile Fidelity of Candy-O. I should say the Cars Mobile Fidelity's version of Candy-O. That would have made a little more sense. Another Mobile Fidelity title, actually back-to-back titles that I cannot keep in stock. Natalie Merchant's Tiger Lily. And the super vinyl version of Santana's Abraxas. Both of these have been selling like crazy. The spinners. This, if I'm not mistaken, was all analog back in the day. The spinners from Mobile Fidelity. Whew. Now I get to go home and process this video and upload it to YouTube. I'm really excited about that. And then right around the time I'm finished, I will probably be able to just take another shower and go to work. All right, guys, that's it. All this stuff can be purchased online at teamgroove.com. Until next time.